Hey, what's happening, guys? What's going on YouTube? It is Johnny with Rules for Rebels. Today is October 18th, 2017, and as of yesterday, October 17th, 2017, HitBTC, one of the Bitcoin exchanges, has announced that they are live trading Segwit2X tokens. So Segwit2X is that upcoming fork in November that we've been hearing about for quite some time. Prior to that, actually in about 7 days from now, I believe it is, we have the Bitcoin Gold fork happening. Now, the Bitcoin Gold thing, I don't believe anybody's trading futures for that yet. Doesn't seem like that one has a whole lot of support. I do think Segwit2X is going to be a bit more controversial. They're trading futures on HitBTC. So what that means is even though the coins or the tokens don't exist yet, even though the fork hasn't happened yet, you can actually already sell your Segwit2 tokens. Now, if we look back to Bitcoin Cash and what happened with Bitcoin Cash, HitBTC actually handled that situation really well. So I was kind of skeptical to use them. I didn't use them last time around, although they did handle the situation very, very well. So a lot of people are really excited about potentially using them this time around. It's hitbtc.com. I'll also link to it in the description box below. But basically, they handled the last situation really well. People were able to sell their futures, and I believe the futures market had gotten up to $1,300. We all know Bitcoin Cash has never seen that high price again. So the people who made the most money off Bitcoin Cash, to date at least, you never know, in the future it might go higher, but the people who made the most money to date are actually the people who sold their futures before Bitcoin Cash even existed. Now, I haven't done this before. I'll have to look into kind of exactly how it works, but essentially, I believe you would move your Bitcoins over to HitBTC because they kind of need some collateral, right? You can't say, okay, I'm going to sell my Segwit2 on the futures market, but then if you never actually send over your coins, they're out the money. So basically how it works, I believe you have to move your Bitcoin over to them prior to the fork. They'll basically hold it as collateral, so when the fork actually happens, they can split your Segwit2 tokens off for you. You'll keep your original Bitcoin, but you can sell your futures. Now, this is the first time I've ever used HitBTC. I'm not that experienced with trading futures either in the stock market or in the crypto market. So somebody feel free to clarify this for me. But it looks like there's a big spread between people buying and people selling their Segwit2X tokens. So on the ask side or the selling side, people are wanting, I think it was like $1,100 or $1,300. On the buying side, people are only willing to pay like $600. And basically, if we go up here, let's see here. That won't let me copy and paste. But if we were to plug these numbers into CoinDesk Bitcoin Converter, the buy side is 694.03. The sell side, let's see here, 0.19999. 0.19999. The sell side, they're asking 1,052. So somebody clarify that for me if I'm looking at the wrong figures or something here. Actually, I wonder if we go over to market, 0.999. Okay, so that's about the same. So yeah, it looks like there's a really big spread between the buy and the sell there, if I'm reading that right. But let's go back over and read what they say. So, dear traders, as it follows from our recent statement, we have decided to provide you with access to Segwit2X fork, titled as B2X. It appears to be activated in November, and you have the access to B2X future split token markets in advance. Please make an acquaintance with our roadmap on Segwit2. So October 17th, B2X token markets are open on HitBTC. Trade B2X with BTC, Ethereum, USDT. B2X is not available for deposits or withdrawals because Segwit2X is not activated yet. The original BTC ticker remains with the original Bitcoin. The day Segwit2X is activated, these actions are to be performed. B2X deposits and withdrawals will be enabled. Future split tokens you've purchased will turn alive. You'll receive the same amount of B2X as you hold BTC on your HitBTC account. So what this means, the same way that Bittrex and a lot of other exchanges did this, I know a lot of people say don't keep your money on an exchange, it's not safe, everything else. As I've talked about a number of times back during the Bitcoin Cash split, the people who received access to their Bitcoin Cash the earliest was people who had Bitcoin on exchanges. I had my Bitcoin on a Trezor, which I think is probably one of the best ways to hold your Bitcoin. But even on a Trezor, it took Trezor a couple days to kind of, release some patches or whatever to make it safe to access your Bitcoin Cash. So it was a few days to maybe even a week before I was able to access my Bitcoin Cash. I know the same situation happened with the Ledger. I think Electrum and a lot of these other exchanges, took a few days to or wallets, I should say, took a few days to a few weeks to be able to get everybody their Bitcoin Cash safely. However, people who had their coins on HitBTC and or Bittrex, their coins automatically got split right away. For a few days following that whole thing, most exchanges shut down deposits and withdrawals, so you couldn't send Bitcoin Cash onto the exchange or off of the exchange. And I think that's why Bitcoin Cash was trading so high early on. There were very few people who had access to their Bitcoin Cash to even be able to trade it, and that drove the prices up, and that's why we saw it trading above $1,000. It really tanked after that. It did wind up going on a strong bull run and coming back to up around $1,000, if not more. But nonetheless, I feel like the people who fared best during the last fork were the people who either sold their futures on an exchange like HitBTC, or people who had their coins on an exchange like HitBTC or Bittrex, got their coins automatically split and could have sold them right off the bat. So I'm not going to move all my coins over to exchanges, but I probably will move a couple coins over to exchanges, just so if either the futures market comes out really strong or if it's trading really high shortly after the fork, I can capitalize on that and sell some. As far as I'm not an expert on this, but as far as what this means or why you would or wouldn't want to sell your coins, if you feel like Segwit2X is going to, maybe either surpass Bitcoin and become the true Bitcoin, or if you think Segwit2X is going to be very well received and very, very successful, you may want to buy into the futures market now, because right now you can buy in for $600 or whatever, and maybe it, once it actually releases or within a few weeks of that, maybe it comes out to $2,000 and you make a bunch of money because you bought it a lot cheaper. On the other hand, if you think Segwit2X is going to be kind of a flop, and you think it's going to come out at $200 and continue to decline after that, well, in that case, you may be better off selling your futures, because if you can get $600 or something for them now, and you don't feel like the price will be there again in the future, it would be smart to sell them. Personally, I'm probably going to wait as we get a little bit closer and see what happens. I don't really know the exact date of this upcoming fork. Originally, they had said 90 days after Segwit 1 or the Bitcoin Cash split, which would put it at November 1st. However, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos where people are saying that they can kind of predict it according to how blocks are being mined, and they're saying it's more on or around November 18th. But let's continue reading on. Further action, since this isn't clear yet whether Segwit 2 will gain the majority of support worldwide, we're going to keep abreast of any changes. Keeping an open dialogue with our community, we will provide them with the possibility to decide the course of action to follow. As always, our mission here is to listen and fully understand the needs of our traders, being ready to fulfill them and meet the highest expectations. Throughout the whole process, we guarantee the safety and security of your assets. We may temporarily suspend, like I said happened before, BTC deposits and withdrawals during the hard fork process due to the lack of strong two-way replay protection in Segwit 2. Once we are sure that it's safe, we will restore the functionality of Bitcoin on HitBTC. Follow our updates. So, HitBTC announcement on Bitcoin Gold. Okay, I hadn't planned on talking about this, but let's take a look here. Bitcoin Core is continuing to undergo important protocol changes. We are at the edge of 2 more forks that will result in new altcoins. BTC Gold project has announced their plans to go live on October 25th by hard forking the Bitcoin blockchain. The idea behind BTG is to give the opportunity to CPU, GPU mining back to miners. We already talked about that. The difference in miners' opinions regarding the exact ratio and Bitcoin Gold will be born at block 491,407 on October 25th. When that block is reached, the Bitcoin network will split into 2. At the moment, the first block on Bitcoin Gold is found. You'll receive. Okay, so they're also going to split your Bitcoin Gold for you. We guarantee that Bitcoin's deposited trading health. Okay, guys. So a lot of you guys have been asking me what exchanges are safe to Maybe I'll make another video talking about this in more detail, but it does look like HitBTC is going to support both the Bitcoin Gold fork as well as a Segwit2 fork. Today I wanted to talk mainly about the Segwit2. Maybe I'll make another video just because I like having a title that's really relevant to whatever the topic of the video is. It makes it easy for people to find. My regular subscribers, you guys, if you watch my videos, get all the updates, but somebody else who's searching for like what exchanges will support Bitcoin Gold, you won't find my video unless that's in the title. So we're going to make it a wrap, guys. Again, I'm going to link to HitBTC if you guys want to use them for either the Bitcoin Gold or the Segwit2 split. I'll link to them in the description box below. But you can, as of right now, trade futures on there. And if you want to be able to have quick access to both forks coins right after it happens, HitBTC is one exchange that said they will split the coins for you and will handle both of those. Bittrex was pretty good about it last time, so I wouldn't be hesitant to use them, but I'll have to kind of keep an eye out and see what their official stance is. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something, if I maybe made you some money by giving you early access to your Bitcoin Segwit2 coins, give me a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and if you guys have any more updates, news, or anything you want to add about any of these upcoming forks, drop it in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. I'm out.